Good day, everyone. This is Piney Needles, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at the latest news in DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my co-host from Ravenloft, Draculetta.
Hey now, everybody. How's it going?
Hello there. Everything's going fine here. How are things over in Barovia?
Very tiring.
Very tiring. They are working the vampires to the bone.
They are.
Then let us see what we have in the news to pay for this, and we have heard the name for update 38.
Ooh, I like how you said that. You were like, the name. Like it was a big secret.
Yes.
Not sure if it was a big secret or not, but yeah, we actually know the name of update 38 now. And we found this out because there was a build on the Mania last week that I didn't find out about until it was over.
Oops.
Or I would have made some preview videos, but I digress. Yes, update 38 will be called The Disciples of Rage.
And who's Rage?
I guess you'll have to play the quest pack to find out. I don't know, because I didn't get to preview the quest because I didn't find out until it was over. I'm not bitter or anything.
Oh, I thought you were going into a rage.
Well, I might be going into a rage about this, possibly. But yes, it's going to have 5 new dungeons. Count them, 5.
5?
They will be located in House Jurasco. That is where you will pick up said quests. They are titled, I guess I should say, minor spoiler alert here, I guess, if you don't even want to know what the quests are called. Skip ahead about a minute. I mean, like I said, I didn't get to play these, so I know nothing about them. I didn't read anything about them. All I know is the titles of them. So, if you don't want to know, skip ahead about 2 minutes. Update 38, Disciples of Rage, will feature Night Falls on Stormreach. That's going to be the intro to the 5 quests. Quarantine, The Madness of Crowds, The Age of Rage, and Toxic Treatment. Toxic Treatment is the capstone quest. So there you go.
Do they have any idea what the levels will be?
Yes, they are going to be 14 in Heroic and 31 in Legendary. I can.
Ooh, that means my monk/warlock will have a chance to actually try it?
Sure, as long as you're 14 or 15 or so, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's about my 14 level character where I was trying to think, now, what do I do with this character?
Well, there you go. You wait until update 38 comes out, and then you run the new quest, which I'm sure we'll be running as well, too. We play on Wednesday nights. But yep, 14 Heroic, 31 Legendary.
Very well. Then let's head into what's happening on Tuesdays, where apparently they decided that we need to go back to having weekly downtime.
Yeah, and apparently they changed the day, too, because they used to be on Wednesdays, but Cordovan posted over on the forums about Tuesday, which, if you're listening live right now, is tomorrow. Then again, if you're listening to the podcast version, you are a time traveler and you're in the future.
Maybe they're listening to the podcast because they're having downtime.
Nope.
Wrong day. Never mind.
That's wrong day.
Wrong day. See?
If they are, they really are a time traveler. Because they've gone back in time to listen to the podcast, and then they went forward in time. Said, wow, this is getting all confusing. Back on track. Back on track. We're keeping it on the rails this week.
Okay, fine.
Unlike last week. If you listen to the show, you know what I mean. So, yeah, the Worlds will restart every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. That is -4 GMT, if you would like to know. And this is to promote the health of the game environment. Cordovan does say, thank you for your patience. The downtime will typically last about an hour. So between 9:30 a.m. and about 10:30 a.m. every Tuesday, no DDO for you.
Said they had to reset the resources and all the asteroids.
Yeah, and there you go.
Oh, wrong game.
Wrong game. Come on now.
Let's then head into Vault's 2018 DDO New Players Guide. Everything you need to know if you're a new player, right?
Pretty much, yes. This was a pretty amazing post. And I know our podcast tends to skew towards the newer player, and DDO Cast tends to skew towards the veteran player. So I thought we need to talk about this because this kind of falls right in our wheelhouse. But yeah, it's a brand new player apparently. Balf99 over on the forums. He has 2 forum posts. And this was his first forum post, as a matter of fact. He just put up a little new player's guide, and this is from his perspective. Most of the stuff I do agree with. Like the number one tip he gives is find a good guild and a good server. By the time you're reading this, things may have changed, but he settled on Galanda because he found and applied to he called it a clan online, and that was their server. So that is a pretty good tip. And then he does talk about, yes, you can play it solo if you want. You can buy hirelings, and he kind of talks about hirelings. And then he tells about how you can earn DDO points and what you should do with those DDO points. And it's a nice little guide from a new player's perspective. So if you know anybody just starting the game, or maybe you're just starting the game yourself, go ahead and check out Balf's 2018 DDO New Player's Guide. You can find the link in the show. I thought it was a great post.
Then let's head into the Chronicle, issue 227.
No, 277.
277. Oh, 27.
That's right. Only 50 Chronicles off. It's fine.
Well, but it looks like we've got Castle Ravenloft on the front cover.
It's always Castle Ravenloft. Always.
Always Castle Ravenloft.
Always Ravenloft. The Chronicle from now on is just going to be Ravenloft pictures. That is all that is ever going to be on the Chronicle. No,
update?
Yeah, I take that back. Once update 38, then it's going to be all Disciples of Rage. But for now, Ravenloft all the time. We have the community spotlights of our Chronicles. Titus Ovid has created a German language Discord servers for DDO players. So if you find yourself of the German speaking, you can head over to Discord and find other German language speaking people, and you can group up and have fun in DDO, because that's the point, right?
Right. Of course, they might have trouble understanding this podcast if they don't also understand English.
True. Though I'm figuring you probably speak German, or at least some German.
Not well enough to survive on that area.
Okay. Well, I knew you could speak it, though. In the fan site news section of our Chronicle. Yes, we went off the rails in the last episode. If you didn't listen to the last episode, you'll see why. It was pretty epic, actually. At least I thought it was. DDO Splat, Dreams of Jeets. So click over and watch the latest DDO Splat video to see the mayhem as they were dreaming of Jeets. Ooh, yes. Fumbles and Fame heads into DDO, so check out their live stream. And Mickey is running against the clock. Click over and read about what clock she was running against. Sip is writing about his adventures in Haywire's Foundry over on his blogs. Read that. DDO PL, not German, but Polish, rides the XP train. So click over and check out that. I haven't watched the video yet, so I have no idea what that's about. But I'm sensing a theme, though. It goes along with us going off the rails. We went off the rails. They were riding the XP train. It all makes sense somehow.
All right.
McVegan Pants is finding a prisoner and more. Something tells me he's in Gianthold, probably, but I don't know. Then again, I haven't had time to watch that video either. I'm very lacking on my DDO video watching. I usually watch most of the stuff so I can kind of comment on it. And this week, nope, not so much.
Oh, you have a job now, so.
Well, I have a real job now. I mean, I technically had a job before, but anyway, Even Note, we're going off the rails again, finally. Even Note is fear immune, but timid. In the latest Streaming with Even, A Bard's Life has trivia. Brock and Friends brings the role play every Friday night to DDO stream. Tone Station is returning to the Gianthold. And City writes about an early Acid Arcane Archer in his new blog post. So click over and see what City has to say. Whew, that is not even all of the fan site section. That was just some of it. I could go on. But let's move on to the Chronicle comment. What is the most iconic location for you in Stormreach?
Most iconic location in Stormreach. Ooh.
It's a really good question this week.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any place that is so impressive that I would call it iconic.
It's gotta be the lighthouse.
I guess because I haven't paid enough attention to the lighthouse that
I mean, you should. That's the first thing you see when you leave Korthos, and we all know you do Korthos every time you create a new character.
I think usually, but usually when it's the first thing you see it because you're standing pretty close to it, aren't you?
Well, I guess. You've never
Well,
looked...
it's hard to get a good look at a lighthouse when you're standing next to it.
You've never looked up, or you've never looked back as you're running away from it?
I guess I've forgotten. I'm just going to have to take a look at it now.
It's got to be the lighthouse, because the lighthouse. And elsewhere in the Chronicle, before we get to the screenshot of the week, a group of players is going to join Cordovan to debut a tabletop D&D stream over on the DDO stream channel. That is starting April the 8th. And will be on, as I said, the official DDO stream channel. So if you want to watch some tabletop D&D done by Fantasy Grounds, check it out. You might hear a familiar voice. That's all I'm going to say.
And do they have a time for that?
It is going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday evening.
6 p.m. Eastern on Sunday evening. Oh, yes, that's when I have a meeting elsewhere. Okay.
You'll have to watch the video then, because I'm sure it'll be posted on YouTube like other DDO stream stuff. But yes, it should be fun. Like I said, you might recognize a voice.
You might recognize a voice. Yes.
Hint.
Then let's head into our store sales.
We have 20% off Sovereign XP Elixirs, Treasure Hunters Elixirs, Greater Slayer Boost, and long-lasting Supreme Ability Potions, all at 20% off in our DDO store. And, of course, we can't forget about the free sample of the week, which is an enchanted Repair All Kit. You will get one kit when you use the coupon code Repair All Kit. Makes sense. Now through April the 5th.
Then let's go and see what's coming in from the dungeon, where we have Dungeons & Dragons Art and Arcana book, and that is coming this fall, and it seems like it is going to be massive.
It is 464 pages, and this is coming from 10 Speed Press, and it is going to go through the art history of Dungeons & Dragons. And in my opinion, that is one of the coolest things about D&D is the art they used, especially some of the early art. So yes, this book, like I said, 464 pages. It's going to be a big one. It's going to go through the complete history of the art. There's going to be interviews with some of the artists. And, of course, they got an unprecedented access to some of the art as well. And I guess some of the art hasn't been seen for a long time. And there is talk of there might be some never-before-seen art that is debuted in this.
Ooh.
So you can find it in your bookstore if you still have one of those, which I'm not even sure they really exist. I think Barnes & Noble's still around, but that's about it.
Yeah, Barnes & Noble, I think, is probably the only one that I know of.
Or you can just go around Amazon and pre-order it, because it's up now. For $45, the MSRP is $50. It's hitting shelves on October the 23rd. And once again, it is from 10 Speed Press, and it's Dungeons & Dragons Art and Arcana book.
Woo! And that will be your exercise weights for the next few months.
Yeah, I think Amazon has it at 1.4 pounds, the shipping weight. So it's a big one.
Then let's see what's on the tabletop next to this art book, apparently. And Wormwood shows off the Prophecy gaming table. And based on what I've seen so far, this thing looks like it costs an arm and a leg.
Well, it comes from Wormwood, so you shouldn't be surprised at that, because we all know Wormwood makes some pretty sweet gaming accessories, and it has a sweet price tag to go with it.
Sweet price tag.
The table does as well. It will seat up to 12 players and has a two-sided playing surface, and internal mechanized lift will adjust the table's depth as well. Base price start at $5,000. But brace yourself. The top end table, if you want the whole shebang, you want the gaming table to end all gaming tables, it's going to cost you $13,500.
And how many of us actually have $13,500 lying around to buy a gaming table?
Exactly. Do you realize that gaming table, you could buy a car for $13,500 probably? Not a very good car.
It won't be a very good
car. But
car.
you could probably buy a car for $13,000. Or you could buy a gaming table. Take your pick. So yeah, but like I said, it's from Wormwood, so you shouldn't be surprised at the price tag. But yeah, they have a video that kind of shows this table off. It does look pretty freaking sweet. I'll give them that. But oh my god.
I will consider that gaming table to be the sublime, so I think it's now time for us to head into the ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that is Mario Kart Monopoly. Really?
Why not? Was it last year or the year before, they came out with Monopoly Gamer, which was a big hit. So, of course, Hasbro and Nintendo has partnered up to give us Mario Kart Monopoly. Because Mario Kart, I guess. It's exactly what you think it is. It's Monopoly with Mario. They did tweak some of the rules, and the little minis that you have, some of them have special powers that you can use during the game as well.
Special powers in Monopoly?
Well, it's a special version.
Okay.
It's Monopoly Gamer Mario Kart. Come on, man. Come on. And the game right now is available now, but only at GameStop stores in the U.S. They have the exclusive on it until the full retail rollout to other retailers will be later on this summer. So right now, if you really want to get your hands on Monopoly Gamer Mario Kart, head to GameStop. If not, wait, and then you'll be able to find it at Target and Walmart and probably your friendly local game store as well. I know my FLGS has the Monopoly Gamer Edition, so I'm assuming they'll carry this one too. But your miles might vary on that, so you'll have to check with your FLGS if you want to get it there. If not, go to GameStop now, and you too can play Mario Kart Monopoly, because why not?
You do.
Why not?
Let's head into our week in gaming. And Drac, what were you up to?
Well, not a lot. I had a crazy week again, which, hint, hint, that's going to be a theme for a while.
Okay.
Started a new job, getting ready to move. You do the math. But anyway, I did get some DDO in. I ran some stuff with you. I'll let you talk about that, as you always do. But then the static group I got going on. This week it was only Rent and I. We were the only two that were available. So we decided to take our level 8s we have and run Temple of Elemental Evil Part 1. And we were successful at that after we went in on normal. At first we went in on hard. And yeah, we got to like the first hallway and then decided, yeah, let's do this on normal. It wasn't pretty. You can go over to my Twitch page if you want to see it. The video is still up on my Twitch page, but yeah, it was not pretty at all. So after we went on normal, it was fine and it was fun and a good time was had. But yeah, it's Temple. I forgot how hard especially if you're at level and you're under geared, because those characters are fairly under geared still. We don't have the best gear. So yeah, the Temple's no joke.
Yeah, I've run into that place a couple of times.
Yes, you have. And unfortunately, that's all the DDO I got in. Did play some video games, and all this is going to be for reviews at some point. I don't know when, but they will eventually be on DDO Players. Played a new game that is coming out. There was a closed beta event going on for part of the weekend for the game, so I played it. It is called Murderous Pursuit. The premise of the game is you are on a ship. You are running around the ship and you are assigned a person to kill. You have to run around the ship and find the person. And you do that via, you have like a little radar that is on your screen, and they'll tell you your target is on the same floor as you or your target is below you. And you have to kind of figure out by judging that radar where your target's at. But then you actually have to figure out who your target actually is, because they don't tell you.
Okay.
But while you're running around doing this, there is a person hunting you to kill you. So you also have to try to figure out who that is and either avoid them for long enough to where they will be assigned a new target, or you have some special abilities you can do if they come to kill you and you figure out who it is before they actually start to kill you. You can do a special and like stun them. There is one special where you can like change your whole identity and look like another player to like throw them off. It's really super fun, actually. It's a great fun game. But it'll be out the end of April. It's called Murderous Pursuits. I'm going to try next time. I think they're going to do another closed beta again. I will try to Twitch that because there's no embargo on videos. You just can't put reviews up for it yet because it's technically not out. But they did say you could take videos and or Twitch it. So if there's another closed beta, I will do that because it's really, really fun. And then played some Warhammer Vermintide 2. That is super fun. I'm really starting to like that game. Think Left 4 Dead, instead of zombies, you're fighting Skraven from Warhammer, so you're killing rats and other things.
Okay.
Just like Vermintide 1, but new missions, new locations, way better graphics than 1. I mean, 1 had good graphics, but Vermintide 2 really stepped up the graphic game. So look for a review of that coming soon. Then I played a little bit of Neverwinter Nights, the Enhanced Edition. That needs no introduction, what that is. Love Neverwinter Nights. I will say one thing about it, though. The game hasn't aged very well.
Oops.
And it's not. This is not a knock on the Enhanced Edition. It's just on the game itself. I forgot how clunky some of the controls and the inventory system was on Neverwinter because it's been forever since I played it. But I still love the story of Neverwinter. So again, review coming soon. And then finally, I played another game that is coming out the end of April as well. It is called Double Kick Heroes. This is an interesting little game. Double Kick Heroes. Think zombies and then add Guitar Hero onto it.
What?
And that is Double Kick Heroes. You are in a car going down a road. There are a pack of zombies chasing you. There is a heavy metal soundtrack playing. To shoot your guns, you have to play along with the soundtrack, and when the specific note comes on, you have to hit the note, a la a guitar, I can't think of the word I want to use, fret, just like in if you played Rock Band or Guitar Hero. So it's a rhythm game where you have to shoot to the beat of the song and hit the notes every time to kill the zombies that are chasing you. It's super fun too.
Wonderful.
It's super fun too, and it's a sweet soundtrack as well. So once again, review and possibly Twitch and video of that coming soon. I had a heck of a lot of fun with that. So look for that soon. As I said, that's coming out the end of April as well. It's called Double Kick Heroes. I keep wanting to say click for some reason. Double Kick Heroes, and that is going to be on Steam, and the Murderous Pursuits I was talking about will be on Steam as well. And that is pretty much my week. So how about you, Punleaf? What were you up to?
We'll begin with my Asimar favorite soul, who is at level 7, so I decided to head into the Searing Heights for Bargain of Blood. So I got all the way through that, despite once or twice maybe gotten a little bit lost inside. That's a bit of a maze sometimes. And when that was all over and I took care of the general manager, then I reached level 8. Then with you on my Halfling Paladin, we finished up Gianthold. We did Trial by Fire and the Maze of Madness, but for some reason Crucible went through so fast that it was almost as we didn't do.
No, that's next week. That
Oh,
week.
that's next. Oh,
Next
that's right.
week.
That's right.
We get to
I
do
forgot. We did not finish it up.
That's right.
We just had a little bit of time left, and we had a very long dungeon remaining. You were right, but we had one more long dungeon to do before we.
That's right. We have to do
that.
Giant Hold Tour next.
Right, but at the very end, what we decided to do then was, since we had a little bit of time left, we went and ran Tower of Frost, where we went and whatever, all those little things you do in Tower of Frost, trying to have fun listening to Cordovan doing voiceovers.
But Wednesday, we get to do my favorite thing ever in Giant Hold, and that's go to the Saga person and say, I'm VIP. I'm going to skip the Crucible. Now give me my reward.
Yes.
Best
so happy
ever.
when we do that. Then on my Dragonborn Artificer, I was in Korthos, of course, finishing up Korthos, ran Misery's Peak, after which I reached a level 3 and headed over into Stormreach, where I ran some of the early quests there, protecting Baldur's Interest, bringing the light, Smuggler's Warehouse, the Miller's Debt, and an explosive situation. On the Smuggler's Warehouse, though, I was looking all over the place, and I still could only find 7 gems. I could not find the last 3 rubies.
Yeah, I watched your Twitch video playback of that. And I was like, I have never had that problem in that quest. How could you not find all the rubies? But I watched you running around forever. And finally, you're like, forget it.
Forget it.
I'm done.
I'm good. I'm done. Out.
It was crazy. I have never seen that happen before.
Yeah. So I don't know if I got some early ones and wasn't paying attention then or what. But yeah, I think I've gone through everything 2 or 3 times to eventually hit every single
you ran
box and barrel.
You ran back through that pretty thoroughly. I'm kind of wondering if there was just like a little small section that you missed or something somehow.
Maybe one that was full of all these things. Yeah.
It was crazy though. I watched your video and I'm like, that is just insane.
Then in Minecraft, it was, of course, time for the next round of the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. I got in there, started the first episode, getting ready to do, recording it, and I'm wondering, what on earth happened to the graphics? And the graphics were really, really bad. And when you're saying the graphics are really bad and you're playing Minecraft, you could... Minecraft isn't exactly known for stellar graphics.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, how could you tell?
No, believe me, you could tell. And it was really bad. And I was wondering what was happening to my computer. Was it crashing? Was something wrong with my client? I spent an hour troubleshooting everything that was wrong. And I was really thinking, okay, I'll have to go to the Minecraft site, download a new copy of the client, and then I saw an article they had on there and it says, oh, it was April 1st.
Oh no. Oh, they trolled you. You got trolled by Minecraft.
Yeah, because it was they had it set so that on April 1st the graphics would be degraded for a day.
That's hilarious. Trolled by Minecraft.
It was a real... And I did notice afterwards that various other YouTubers were doing their tongue-in-cheek responses to it. Some of them were saying, look at the new wonderful graphics here. And then others said, oh no, they completely ruined the game. All those, of course, all, giving their fake reactions to this. Yes, but I went through there, and especially when you consider that I was not able to get to filming my first episode of this until April 1st. Because usually I start at the end of the previous month in order to do it. But I was really busy on Saturday, so I couldn't do it then. So I thought, okay, I guess I'll just have to do it Sunday. All ready to film several episodes worth. I did the first episode. It says, no, I'm not filming another episode until this is over. And I did film another episode this morning because the graphics are now back to normal. Thankfully, it was only a 24-hour, I have to think of the right word, ordeal, which I had to put through and that stuff. But yes.
That's a pretty epic troll, though.
If you want to see what I'm talking about, you can see the first episode of of me doing the Minecraft Parkour Challenge for this month's Piney's Flower Emporium Episode 1, which is, yeah. And you can see through all this, I'm just going on there sometimes wondering what is going on in a couple of points. I rebooted my computer. I rebooted Minecraft. I got rid of several old versions. I did also. Oh, yes, that's right. The old version, if you went back to an old version, all the old versions were running perfectly fine, which was really confused me because, of course, they only set it up to do it on the latest version and on the snapshots. But all the old versions, they didn't bother going back to the old versions and filling up their graphics too. So anyone who's playing an older version probably didn't notice it. Then in my Wellstopia playthrough where I'm doing the Temple of Elemental Pine, I started on the 3rd level. I started doing this on Saturday, where I was doing this thing, doing parts of it, getting along, digging and stuff like this. I was thinking, all right, I will finish up recording this episode on Sunday. After the experience with the Flower Emporium, I decided, oh, no, I'm not finishing it up on Sunday because there's no way in the world was I going to continue recording that episode with April 1st textures up. Then on tabletop, I played around with Nyram using the Glyphs expansion. I got 11 of the 12 doors before running out, so therefore I did barely lose that particular round. Then in Clank, I finally got around to getting the Renegade app and playing around a Clank using the Renegade solo app. I wasn't sure exactly how best to go to it, but I think I did reasonably well. I got a score of 94. I think that's a half decent score. I would consider a winning score to be about 100. So therefore, not quite a winning score, but decent enough. It means I did manage to get down, collect a treasure, get back up, collect coins and some good stuff like that, and then get out alive, which getting out alive is always a good thing. Then on Friday, I tried a level 3 run of them, and I didn't get out alive on that one because in the middle of the red phase, I was chopped a bit by some cannibals and stuff like that. So obviously, not one of my better runs there. Then in Aeon's End, I battled against the Prince of Gluttons, and the Prince of Gluttons sort of ate up the entire market deck, which caused me to lose. So therefore, I'll have to watch out for the hunger of the Prince of Glutton. We currently have 18 supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to help support DDO players, simply go to the donations page where you can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. There you'll find rewards, including a mention on the podcast of your choice, or even be a guest with us for an episode of DDO Players News. We do not have any emails this week, but if you'd like to send us one, you can send it to podcast at ddoplayers.com. And you can also follow us on Twitter, the Players Alliance at Players Allied, DDO Players at DDO Players, Dracula at Dracula_72, and Piney at Piney News. And on Twitch, you can follow Drac at Dracula_72. The Players Alliance has 4 shows every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have DDO Players News. Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Lojo Players News. Every other Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have XP Quest. And on the first Tuesday of each month at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we have Chromatic Bits, and that will be tomorrow, it sounds like, if you are listening to this live. And you can join us for our live shows at ddoplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight. And this is Pilot Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.